the what is it called? Black Rocks of Savage and stuff like that. Not to self-ask me about watches when I have bags. But no, definitely Red Nitrous. Yeah, if you have any questions about watches, I'll definitely let you know and stuff. I'm not the most expert on it, but like, so just go back to the thing. The reason you choose Rolex is, and the same thing Richard says, right? You need to have some. If you're whatever you're trying to do it for, it's a choosing signal, whatever. Most people don't know what a Patek is, or a Richard Mille, or even an AP.
Well, I'll say glance-wise, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't, yeah.
But they know the name.
Yeah. Patek's actually the one they probably know the least about, but AP, I feel like AP's, but still regardless, right? The average person would probably be like, oh, that's a nice watch, but they probably don't know. Everyone in the world knows what a Rolex is.
Yep.
Period. Right? And that's depending on what you're trying, if you're trying to just sort of like, not shadow wealth, but yeah, basically like sneak wealth and stuff, like shadow flex where like only rich people would know that what you're wearing.
Exactly.
That's perfectly fine, but some people want to do stuff because they want to be flashy.
They want to flex.
Right. I mean, it's all that stuff. So it's like this is shout out to Fresh and Fit, right? But return on flex.
Yeah.
Me and Justin Waller, me and Fresh, me and a bunch of other people in the space and stuff have talked to this thing about return on flex, and depends on what you're trying to do, right? If you're just trying to like, I want to have a nice watch that I know it's worth a lot, but I want to keep it on the low, probably Patek, right? But or an AP, probably an AP. On AP is probably a little bit better because it's there's like only like 40,000 made a year, but still. One of those two, right? But then from there, W Fresh. No, but then if let me tell you this: the best thing you could ever do for yourself if you're really trying to get attention and shit, buy a fucking supercar.
Yeah.
The watch is nice. Like you have a nice watch, it's a conversation starter. You literally shake people's hands. You get a little more respect in a room. It's true. And fuck what you heard. Anyway, you have a nice watch on. They're like, all right, well, he's at least not a complete pleb.
Yeah, more respect.
More respect. It's like, hey, nice to meet you, man. What's going on? The watch will literally say, okay, I'll give this guy 2 seconds. That's it, right? The car, like I've seen it, right? Like I was driving a McLaren, right? Shout out to Super X. no, but I was driving a Fresh's McLaren and stuff like that, right? Over here in Vegas, and he actually rented one over here in Vegas, and then he had his actual one in Miami.
720S.
I think it is a 720S. Maybe in 600.
Okay.
Maybe in the 600.
Something like that.
But something like that. But McLaren and blue one and stuff like that. Bro, you're driving around, and everyone, like we went to, I don't know. I should say, but for some reason, Fresh made me go through a drive-through through like Chick-fil-A for some reason, right? And we're going through there, and the kids outside were like losing their goddamn. Everywhere we go, like, oh my god, Mr. Miguel, like, dude, like it's ridiculous. And then Fresh is just, I mean, this is shit just Fresh says, and it's true. It's like the amount of people who are really, really rich where it doesn't matter to them is like such a small amount of the population.
Yep.
95% of the people you meet, that's impressive too.
Yeah.
And depending on what your business is or whatever, right? That's the people you are trying to make business with. Now, if your business is basically catering only to the hyper wealthy, then never mind. You just got to have a car. You basically just get yourself a Bentley or a fucking Rolls Royce and drive around and just so you're presentable.
Just get that Continental.
Right. Just something to be presentable, right? But for the average person, right? You drive around, and then two, most girls